but in this case I am. That's what YouTube tells me. Guys, how's it going? I did a kind of a memorial build earlier today. Did a live video, and in remembrance of a fallen friend. And what I want to talk to you guys about is I've been doing a lot of videos lately on doing railroad spike neat things. Turn it around. Here's a couple of the different, you know, the blanks I've been hammering out. That one's smiley. And here at Axon Main Forge of Memory, one of our main experiences that you can come in and do is you can forge a railroad spike knife. Now, I've got 3 different kinds of tongs. Actually, I've got 4 tongs. Because I've got 2 of these sets made by Dave McConnell, and I've had these for a couple of years, and we have used these on hundreds of builds. And what I have right here, this is not a regular railroad spike. This is an Atlas knife and tool, high carbon 78, high carbon 1078, high carbon steel. That is getting to be one of my favorite kinds to make cutlery grade spike knives out of. So I'm probably going to do some that I do San Mai or something, but I want to use this kind as my control. So David's design right here applies pressure, it hooks behind the head of the spike, and this works well for the most part. The only issue I have with this is after I twist this, it's a little hard to get a hold of. Now, one thing you can do, and this is standard with blacksmith tongs, is to heat this up and bend it out a little bit. So if you end up with a batch of old railroad spikes that that are beaten up, kind of tore up, you can adjust that right here, and that's a wonderful thing about these particular tongs. I'll use them a little bit. I got these from Robbie Bowman when we were down at the Turtle Island Preserve. Also, you can check out links in the description for Turtle Island and also for Iron Mountain Metalcraft and Forge Memory family. Now, this holds my Atlas knife and tool spike quite well. Once more, it hooks behind the head of the spike, applies pressure to the back, and lets you keep a hold of this pretty well. I can't complain about those too much, but when it comes to versatility, that's where these come in. Now, some of you might be saying, those don't even look like railroad spike tongs. They are. Do you see the groove there? These hold quite well. They hold better this way. These actually allow me, even once I twist, to manipulate and address alignment and so forth with my spikes. I also found it quite useful when I was doing the Curly George style tomahawk build, because it retains the spike head on the back, and then the blade's forged out here for upsetting. The other thing I like about these is I can grab my spike like this. I can maneuver it. I can turn it. It works pretty good. These are very versatile, quite simple, and all of these are excellent purchases. Now, I've used Dave's here in my shop. I use them in my old home shop. How's it going? And Dave's a friend of mine. He's a Forge and Fire alumni. He's an accomplished bladesmith, and you should definitely check out his work. I don't have a link to his website if he has one, but find him on social media. Those are easy to adjust, and they hold quite well when you do so. Now, these from Blacksmith Depot, I wasn't sure about at first, but they work pretty well. The Iron Dungeon, and I'm getting ready to do some forging. I'm going to be doing some forging while I'm talking here. Sarath, how's it going? I want to show you guys why I call these versatile. Give me just a moment. I got to grab some stuff. can forge into spike-like knives or accessories. I ended up with a bunch of these lug bolts, and they don't hold as well but these are not made for lug bolts. They definitely do not hold in the Blacksmith Depot tongs, but those are railroad spike tongs. With the Iron Dungeon, they do work quite well. The Atlas Knife and Tool spikes, which I believe is what the Iron Dungeon tongs were made to fit, work quite well. So I've got 4 railroad spikes right here that are actually railroad spikes. So here is a nasty railroad spike that I've acquired. It's rusty, it's worn, it's irregular. It still works with these. It still works with these. This one has been bent, beaten, and is terrible. It still works with these. Now, to be fair, because this one's been mushroomed out, I would have to adjust on these tongs. And on the Blacksmith Depot tongs, it's a little questionable, but it does work. Well, here is essentially your new railroad spike. You can get out if you ordered a keg of these. And these two tong spikes work exceptionally well, and I really do like the Dave McConnell tongs. I have used these for several years. They are tried and true. The Iron Dungeon Forge tongs, once more, are holding all pieces. Now, the question is, what happens if we get one that's a bit of a mutant? I suppose that could be something a person could make. This one did not get the head of the spike forged out all the way. The Dave McConnell tongs hold them just fine. The Blacksmith Depot tongs hold them okay. Now, is this going to work? Or is it going to be the one point the Iron Dungeon Forge tongs do not fit? They still hold. They don't hold too bad. So, what can I say about this? I'm going to say that out of the 3, I'm going to rate them. I'm going to rate my Iron Dungeon tongs number 1 on versatility. On adjustability, I would have, of course, the Dave McConnell. I'm going to have these come in second out of the 3. And I'm not going to say last, but third, I'll go with the Blacksmith Depot tongs. Now, these all do the job they are designed to. And what I'm going off of is basically versatility. Are railroad spikes hard enough for a knife? If you make them out of an Atlas Knife and Tool 1078 high carbon spike, yes they are. If you're using a regular rail spike, you're probably going to have to super quench it to get it to hold an edge a little better, but it does make a blade. We make a lot of these just for souvenirs and so forth. So I do Damascus. I got Meteorite Damascus. I've got 5160, 9260, 1085, 1095. I've got a lot of different high carbon steels I work. How can you tell the difference on Nick Gross things? Are you talking about on the spikes or on the tongs? On the tongs, it's on performance. Guys, what I'm going to do, my spikes are up to temp. We're going to come over here to the power hammer, and I'm going to start hammering some of these out. first set of tongs I'm going to use, I'm actually going to use Blacksmith Depot. Okay, those do loosen up some. Not everyone is going to be using a power hammer, okay? So they do hold okay. They do work better with new spikes. If they are high carbon enough to quench in oil, or you need to do, okay, yeah. Actually, here's a way to do it. For an oil quench, you go on Atlas Knife and Tool. It says AK&T, that's a 1078 high carbon steel, actual cutlery grade. The other ones are going to be closer to about a 1040. The 1040 is going to require like super quench solution in order to really harden that up. Let's try the Dave McConnell. I'll try the Dave McConnell ones on a different spike. So here we go, Iron Dungeon Forge. Dave McConnell's tongs. Let me find my other set. There they are. All right, guys, here we go. That's not too bad. Let's heat this one up again. Now, the Blacksmith Depot tongs, I could adjust those a little bit. Like I said, this is my second pair of Dave McConnell tongs. I like them so much, I've got two pairs. And one I use for narrower tongs, and these I use for the wider ones. I actually kind of hold the other set. So we're going to keep running with the Dave McConnell tongs on this next one. Okay, Nick Gross things. A lot of I do make my own tongs at times, but a lot of times if there's somebody who's making a good product, like Dave McConnell or Blacksmith Depot or Iron Dungeon Forge, I'll buy them. I'll try them out. If I don't like them, I'm actually not going to badmouth them by any means. But a lot of times I've got projects I've got to get turned out. Like I need to get like 100 and some of these spikes done for upcoming festivals and so forth. So in that case, I'm buying blacksmith tongs from reputable makers. Table saw knife blade, yes. Nick, you need to look in and see what kind of steel that is. It's likely that it's in the center portion of it. It's probably a 4140. So I would look at like a 41 series heat treat. But so far, I do like the Iron Dungeon, yes. So here we go. I'm going to hammer this out. Dave McConnell tongs, gotta give him a thumbs up. All right, guys. We're going to come over here. It's going to be time to start twisting these up, which has not a whole lot to do with the tongs, but I'm going to show you guys a couple things with them. Now, I'm going to use my own twisting device on this when we move my tongs. The Iron Dungeon tongs are top as far as versatility. Now, the Dave McConnell tongs, I very much like those. The Blacksmith Depot tongs, if you're going to be buying railroad spikes and working with them, these work just fine. And you can heat that and bring these back, and I have done that. You can adjust the width of the U bracket right there. And if you had to, you could even heat this and bring it out a little bit if you want to apply more pressure. I would bring this back instead of bringing that forward. But they all work for railroad spikes. All right. This one is a bit tougher. I might have cooled down too much. I believe I over twisted that too. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually come back in here. And I'm going to twist that back just a little bit. Now I'm not working for efficiency on this one clearly because it's slick. Need these at a little higher heat. because I normally do these in about 2 heats. As I'm doing a review, it's going to take a little bit longer. Now, versatility on this part is going to come down to, can I still hold that spike the same way I was holding it beforehand? East Tennessee is a wonderful place. Oh no, I'm the real one. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, this is a great time to do so. Hit that subscribe button, tell your friends. More videos coming soon. Okay, this one actually, the twist isn't too bad. Let's look at the Iron Dungeon tongs. Holds quite securely, holds quite well. There we have it. All right, guys. So now we know Iron Dungeon holds it. Will the Blacksmith Depot tongs hold it once there's a twist? They do hold. They can be adjusted, but it does hold. The Dave McConnell tongs. The Dave McConnell tongs have a bit of an issue unless I widen those out, which can be done. I can't get on there because I put a twist on there. Spikes don't come with a twist. So that one, I'm going to say that overall versatility, I'm going first with the Iron Dungeon Forge. Right up there with Dave McConnell tongs. Now I'm going to take this one out, and it is all kinds of curved and bent and such. Bring it around. And there you go. Let's get a couple more tongs in the forge. I'm going to probably do between 12 and 20 today just because. Now, the tongs that I'm using, I'll go over those again so far. Once more, if you haven't subscribed yet, it's a great time to do that. I'm reviewing 3 tongs. Dave McConnell, I don't know what to, I mean, I know Dave, but I don't know if he actually has a brand name he goes with, but the tongs made by Dave McConnell. Dave McConnell, you may recognize Forged in Fire, Night for Death, all kinds of those fun shows, you know. I have the Iron Dungeon Forge tongs, which so far seem to be the most versatile, and as far as also well-made production tongs, here are some Blacksmith Depot tongs that I got from Robbie Bowman. Now, while it's heating up, I want to talk to you guys real quick. There are some links in the description. And we will be teaching down at the Turtle Island Preserve, Eustace Conway's from Mountain Men on the History Channel, September 6th and 7th with Robbie Bowman. Myself, Cheyenne Brown, and Robbie Bowman. Robbie's a leader on this, man. He started Forge of Memory down in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. You should check him out. There's links to Turtle Island where you can sign up for classes, see what all they offer, what all is going on. There are links for Purgatory Ironworks and TrentonTie.com. Iron Mountain Metalcraft, you should definitely check out Iron Mountain Metalcraft, which is Robbie's home shop, and Forge of Memory Family, where you can get, they're getting ready to open up a e-commerce page type store, an e-commerce store, but you can get video instruction on specific in-depth detailed builds on the Forge of Memory Family. So be sure to check those out in the description. Just like the others, you know, it kind of hooks around the back there. That's how they're generally made. These hook from the side. These are the only ones that are made to actually grab from the side. So here we go. The Dave McConnell tongs have been my favorite for a long time. We were down at Blade Show. Cheyenne and I were looking at these. I said, hey, they're railroad spike tongs. And these are made to hold the Atlas knife tool. We did another video on some other iron dungeon forge tongs, which are right here. Cheyenne calls them dragon tongs. They hold stock in many different ways, including flat bar, round stock, square stock, and we use these all the time in the shop. So I'm not being paid by Iron Dungeon or anybody else to do these reviews. These are independent reviews. And this is a full-time blacksmith shop here, St. Elmo, Illinois. Axle Main Forge from Memory. Link in, Facebook link in the description. So what I'm going to do to speed this up, just doing the testing on the 3, which I had done off camera, but I really wanted to do it as a live. I wanted to show you guys the versatility of these particular tongs, but also other options that are available and are reasonably affordable. And that's what it comes down to. These are all under, and prices may have changed. I think most of the stuff I've got for around $40, $45. So definitely look them up, social media and so forth. And once we get up to temp again, we're going to go over to the forge, from the forge to the power hammer, and do a little more forging. Now my forge isn't completely warmed up yet. The refractory is still really starting to build temp now, but as that gets hotter, it's going to work faster, and that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at efficiency, economic efficiency. What does that mean? This saves me money while I am making money, people, and it should work the same for you. Now this is forged for effect. What that means is I'm not trying to forge these down to their final shape. What I'm doing is I'm heating these up and I'm getting them into that nice shape so I can get that twist done, and I've still got a lot of stock removal to do. bring this over to the vise real quick. Now, just a second. What I mean by that is just because it's working for me, one of you guys may be able to pick up the blacksmith depot tongs and work much faster with them. You may have a different technique than I do. So this is just a live video with an opinion. Is that not supposed to twirl like that on the pneumatic hammer? That's, I don't think that's the nut you're seeing. That's probably the washer, but on that front, that's actually a tire hammer, but. All right. So I get my next batch of 4 ready. A couple of those will be going in as soon as that is warmed up. I need it warmed up a little more. I'm fighting that twist a little too much. I do have a couple twisting wrenches coming in from Ken's Custom Iron. And hopefully those come in this week. And of course that'll be after I get these done. great time to do so. We do a lot of reviews, and a lot of reviews on firearms, blacksmithing tools, swords, knives, neat stuff. And if there's something you'd like to see, leave a comment. Oh, Calico 45, you're so cute. I am not sure. There are some unique individuals here. So, what I'm going to do, get these up to temperature, and I'm actually going to prep the spikes. And what that means is I've got to straighten everything out on them, because some of these I got are used. A friend of mine picked some stuff up at auction, and, you know, hey, occasionally get some railroad spikes. We generally buy them new, basically by the keg, and use those. We also use the Atlas Knife and Tool 1078 high carbon spikes. Can you do the apprentice match? Thank you. But no, we do have some events coming up. We teach them down at Turtle Island Preserve, Eustis Conway's for Mountain Men, September 6th and 7th. October 17th, 18th, and 19th will be in Sevierville, Tennessee at the Fortune Festival, Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Be sure to come out and check it out. And if you're in Central Illinois, hopefully passing through, because I don't even want to be here, you can stop here. We're just off Interstate 70 or Route 40 in St. Elmo, Illinois. How's it going? Hammering, okay, so I've seen people do that. I have not had as much luck doing that, where you take a piece of steel and cold hammer it until it gets red hot, and then use it to light a piece of, you know, some straw or paper or something. It's cool, but I got one of these. It don't take us long. All right. So let's work on these two real quick. So on these, I'm actually going to run it down the sides real quick. Hopefully get a little more consistent width. I'm going to put that in for a second heat. A lot of times with these, I'll do 2 heats. I'm not letting them get quite as hot because I'm trying to do the video, and it's a little harder to keep track on that. Joe Red, I think maybe you should seek professional help. But hey, you know, whatever. And there's really not enough room to fit someone's head in there, but it would be very dangerous, so don't do that. Now, all of these tongs are made from probably 1018 mild steel, all riveted construction. The only one that has any welding to it is the Blacksmith Depot that has that U on the front. And they are all strong and very worthwhile to purchase. Here we go. stuff. So I'm gonna try to fix it. Now, one thing I'm going to let you guys know right off before I do anything, this one's going to take a couple extra heats because you can see how much the head of that is off. I'm going to have to get that straightened out. That nut that turns on there, that's from a guard that was there that is not anymore. So I'm going to come over here to, and this is how I'm going to try to fix this because it's kicked up a little bit. Much better. All right. And the iron dungeon forge tongs still work just fine. When you're working with recycled or upcycled or repurposed material, however you want to term it, you generally are going to put in a little more work than if you start with something that's new material. So this is an example. This spike that I got for probably next to nothing has a curve in it. It also has a notch up here. That's going to take a little more time, a little more effort, and cost, in essence, a little bit more for me to turn that into a functional piece. Now, one thing I am going to do with this, I'm going to lock it in and give it just a little bit of a turn. And that is better. Go. Now, we'll probably do another spike. I'll get some into heat and finish up the video here. But just reviewing the tongs so far, I like these best. right. So, bring that one up to temp, get a little hotter, do a twist on it. John Nugent, I think you got a good deal on that. Try a vise instead. Here's a vise. I have several vices. I have a lot more equipment. I got more anvils, I've got more forges, I've got a press, I've got all that fun stuff. But right now, here in the shop, this is what I'm using. So that's what I'm doing the videos on. Now, shortly when that comes up to temperature, I'm going to go ahead and do the twist on that. Like I said, the blades are not finished, anywhere near finished. And I've got a total of, including this one, like 7 spikes I'm going to do. I may do a couple more, I don't know. And then I will be doing either railroad spike tomahawks or probably bottle openers, realistically. Yeah, probably bottle openers. Let's keep this going. Go. So I just put my, I put the, not the last 2, but 2 of that batch in. We'll take these 4, put them by the forge. I'm going to come over here and take a break while those are heating up. Okay, if you haven't subscribed yet, it's a great time to do so. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what we do. Here at Axon Maine Forge and Memory, we're part of the Forge and Memory family. The Forge and Memory family was started in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee by Robbie Bowman. You might recognize him from Forged and Fire, seasons 3 and episodes 4, or seasons 3 and 4, episodes 5, rather. Sorry, it's been a day. Cheyenne and I will be teaching with Robbie down at Turtle Island Preserve, which there's a link in the description for Turtle Island Preserve, as well as Iron Mountain Metal Craft, as well as Axon Maine Forge Memory. That's Facebook link to that. You can check out step-by-step builds, instructed builds at the Forge and Memory family link in the description. And there will be some new material coming up soon in collaboration with Trent Tide, Purgatory Ironworks. So guys, be sure to check that out. I've got other videos. There's going to be some outdoor foraging and hunting videos coming up soon. In fact, I've got a couple shotguns. I haven't taken squirrel hunting yet. Squirrel season comes in this Friday, so if the weather's forgiving enough, we may end up out in the woods a little bit on Sunday. So you guys have a great one, and be sure to subscribe. Check out the other videos. Check out the links in the description. Let us know what you'd like to see. Have a great one. Catch you in a few.